From the basement of a Pentagon, this is WTF Nation Radio.
Just running from the pain in my heart. Into the arms of another, and for a while she made me feel alright. But in a crazy blunder, your love took me back under. Now I'm tied to those shackles and chains. Said don't cry for me, stars. I love you and I want you, and you'll always draw me near. I'm just running from the pain in my heart. I'm just running from the pain in my heart. Unwind, and now I'm right back from where it began. How old will I be when you finally set me free, and the sun shines on my heart again? Said don't cry for me, sweet Anna Lee. Stars. I love you and I want you, and you'll always draw me near. near. I'm just running from the pain in my heart. I'm just running from the pain in my heart. I'm just running from the pain in my heart.
Come on out, 1965, them boys were called upon. Some fist-fighting cowboys in them jungles of Vietnam. I'm an airborne man, baby. Drop me anywhere you please. Yeah, I'm one mean motherfucker. Don't you never double-cross me. 19 years old, doing the bidding for Uncle Sam. Desert boots strapped on my feet, machine gun in my head. I'm an airborne man, baby. Drop me anywhere you please. Y'all, I'm one mean motherfucker. Don't you never double cross me. Come on now. Strapped across my vest, 800 more, and I'm gonna pluck one in your chest. I'm an airborne man, baby. Drop me anywhere you please. Y'all, I'm one mean motherfucker. Don't you never double cross me. Oh, 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 I'm a mean motherfucker. Don't you never. I'm a mean motherfucker. So don't you never double cross me.
Wear a condom? We're in Fayetteville. No one gets STDs here.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Hey, everybody, what's up? What's up? Welcome to the Smoke Pit. It's your boy Radar. Oh shit, I didn't turn my little face lights on. Which is probably good because my fucking face is all red and burnt up today. Fuck it. What's going on, man? Just hanging out. It's Wednesday. It's the Smoke Pit, and same bat time, same bat channel, man. We're here every week. Branko says, making progress over here in Fall River, Massachusetts. The local city council is rejecting budgets and calling for investigations for corruption. Man, it's fucking everywhere, which is good. We need to root out some of that corruption. The flip side of that is not everything's corruption. Some things are just shit that people don't like, but it's whatever. So up, Keith Miller, what's going on, man? Brandon Parker, what's going on? Thanks for showing up tonight so far. Yeah, we'll get some more people here. We'll get some fucking shit going. I'm not gonna be here next week. I got a wedding. I got to attend to, so I won't be here next week. But we'll figure it out. It'll be all right. Yeah, fuck it. So hopefully everyone's starting to get some summertime shit going on. Getting the honey-do list figured out, or fucking whatever you guys got going on, man. Got some fucking sinus shit going on today. Been outside fucking getting yard work done and getting shit caught up. It's finally like, I don't know. You know how like everyone has that like transitional period from like getting the fucking being winter to like we don't have a spring. We got like a week where it goes from like 60 to 1,000, and this is that week. So everyone's trying to get as much shit done as possible. It was just going to be raining and storming, and we got storms coming tonight. So I might gotta get some. Oh, Kisei's doing his basic rider course. Nice, dude. Hey, I'll tell you something. I have been riding motorcycles for almost 25 years now. And I still do that basic rider course about every 2-3 years. And I learn something every time I do it. If I don't, I learn something. I learn something new. And it reinforces the shit that I already knew. And I think it makes me a better rider. I've taken the basic course, I've taken the advanced course, and I've taken it several times. And like I said, I take the basic rider course, I've taken it probably 8 to 10 times now. And it's fucking great. You ride their motorcycles for a fucking, a couple, like 3-4 days. You ride their bikes, cost like $100, burn their gas, fuck it. It's a good time. It really is. And it'll make you a better rider. He said he grew up around him and just never got to do it. Yeah, dude, it's fucking good time, man. It is. And listen and just have fun with it. It's almost impossible to fail like the written test and stuff. It's almost impossible to fail it if you pay attention. And it's so fun, and it is, and it helps. It helps with like the finer looking through corners, and how to like kind of modulate your brakes and shit like that. You learn some really good shit in it, and I mean, like, if you go in as a more advanced, you see some guys who are more advanced and they're fucking like whipping through the cones and shit. Don't worry about it. Get your feet under you, and yeah, no, it's a good time, man. I really do. I had so much fun. I haven't done it for a couple of years now. I was gonna take my son this year, who just got back from the Army. He just got out in October. I was gonna take him to do it because he's been looking at bikes, and been looking at doing it again. So, done it 10 years. U.S. Army. That's awesome, dude. Good job. Are you out now, Don, or are you still in? Yeah, Gary's right. It's the fundamentals that a lot of experienced riders forget, and it's like that complacency thing, right? We talk about that in the military. You get complacent, especially on deployment. You see the same road all the time. You see the same shit. Like, dude, I go throw a leg over my Road King right now and go ride fucking all day long, and then you go to that class, and you're just like, oh shit, yeah, I forgot to fucking whatever. Just like those little fine tuning shit that makes you a better rider and makes you more observant, ride more defensively, and yeah, it does. It really does. It is a really good thing, Keith. I'm happy for you, man. I wish I was going with you. Don's out. Attaboy. How long you been out, Don? 92 you got out. Or you went in 92? Dang, dude, that's awesome. I went in 97 when I went in. And I did 14 years. 14 and a half. I got medically retired. So, anyway, yeah, no, this is cool, man. Good shit. Good shit. So, another thing, Keith, like, I don't know what kind of bike you want to get, or if you already have one, but don't go out and buy like a fucking Gixxer 1000 or some shit and just, you know what I mean? I had a buddy, we got back from Afghanistan. A bunch of us went out and bought bikes, and I bought a little Dyna, and he bought a CBR 600RR. And this dude was like, fucking, this dude was like 6'2", and about 240, 250, just a big old fucking dude on that little 600 fucking CBR. And we were riding around, dude. We were in Texas. And that fucking bike was quick, but we'd ride at like Waco or Fort Worth or San Antonio or some shit. And about halfway there, by hour, and he's like, man, you trade for a little bit. Start off something smaller to learn. Ooh, yeah. The cool thing about like a Sportster, dude, is you can get them cheap now, especially looking like a 90. I would tell you to stay closer to mid 90s and up. If you can afford one, get an 04 and up, because then you got rubber mounting. It's a much more comfortable ride. But Sportsters are they're really top heavy. I've owned four Sportsters, and I loved them. I love Sportsters, and if my back was better, I would still own one. Because you can pick them up fucking cheap. But here's the thing too: you can pick up a fucking Road King for like $5,500, depending on where you're at. No, anyone's stealing an airbrush? No, maybe. Airbrushes are pretty. You can get one. You can pick up airbrushes pretty cheap, Coach. But the compressor is kind of the expensive thing. You can get a really good. Tell you what, the airbrush. The first airbrush I got was a Harbor Freight. No. Hold on, Patrick. Stop. Full stop. With the Harbor Freight. My first two airbrushes were from Harbor Freight. And they were like $20. They're fucking worthless, dude. Here's what you got. You can get your air compressor Harbor Freight. Get your air compressor Harbor Freight. Those are fine. Or like a bomb. I have like an $8 air compressor I got from like Baumgars or some shit, which is like a Tractor Supply kind of store. But the airbrush itself, for like $99, get a Harder and Steamback Ultra. And you can get all the parts for it. The Harbor Freight ones you can't really get parts for. You can't get like the needles are like a weird size, and there's some fucking there's another one called Gallery. It's GHA something ERRI Gallery something. Those are about the same price. They're all within that sticker. See if you can get like over 60, under 100. Look in that price range. You can pick up a Harder and Steamback Ultra 2024 for about $100, and you can get new needles. You can get new tips. You can get all kinds of stuff for them. Some of the like the really cheap ones, like off Amazon, you have them, and if you like bend the needle tip, you can't get a new needle, so it's buy a whole new fucking airbrush. So you're spending another fucking $20-25 pretty soon. If you just would have got a good airbrush, then you can buy it. You know what I mean? Yeah, dude. I'll get with you offline. I'll get with you offline, and I'll fucking I might just send you one. I have one I'm not using a whole lot. I might send it to you. I use it. I have a point that has a 0.2 and a 0.4 millimeter needle in it, depending on what you're wanting to do. But those ones from Harbor Freight are kind of, I don't know, dude. I think they have like 2 levels now at Harbor Freight. Honestly, the biggest thing to get, and like I said, is like you need a little regulator. You can adjust your you can fine tune your air pressure, and depending on what type of paint you use, like how to thin it. The other thing I would tell you to get to is, and you might have an ultrasonic cleaner to clean the tips and stuff, but I'll hit you up, dude. Like I said, I might have one. I might just send you that I'm kind of not using a whole lot. Oh shit, what's up, CQ? How you doing? Miss you, buddy. So he said he was strapped to the back on one cross country. Nice on a Sportster. Dude, your dad's fucking ballsy. Turned to a Harbor Freight fanboy. I love Harbor Freight. I buy way too much shit at Harbor Freight. But when it comes to like precision tools, this is where I look at Harbor Freight. And I think a lot of people know what Harbor Freight is. Harbor Freight's like a discount tool place, right? A lot of direct from China stuff, whatever. They are really, really, really good at like the entry level stuff, right? Like it's not Snap-on, right? It's not specialized stuff. It's fine. But for anything like precision, like I wouldn't buy a torque wrench from Harbor Freight. You know what I mean? I wouldn't buy some shit like that. But what's up, Heath? Oh man. But I mean, like I said, that for about the same money from that one from Harbor Freight, you can get a H&S that you can, or what's another good one? Iwata makes really good airbrushes. You can get some similar Iwatas for about $70, $80. That are really good, and they're really good. I mean, they're not like the fucking 0.1 millimeter needle where you're like fucking doing like feathers on a painting or some shit, right? But you can do some pretty cool stuff with your Jordans with some like a 0.2 Ultra or Infinity from Harder and Steenbeck. I'm a big Harder and Steenbeck fan. I found them to be really easy to clean, really easy to use, really easy to play with. So, no, Keith, man, I wish I was like 25 and get my first motorcycle again. That's so fun, dude. That was the best time of my life, dude. Yeah, Inside Track membership is worth it just for the free shit I can give to my 19-year-old son. I'm building him a toolkit for when he graduates. Yeah. Dude, I think Iwatas are probably about the best. Iwata, H&S, and so that gallery, those galleries, they've a lot of like the scale modelers on YouTube and shit have been getting free ones, and they said they're okay. They're getting free ones, so they're whatever. But I don't know. Yeah, the Inside Track Club, dude. I wish Harbor Freight was closer to me. It's like an hour away, but I have like a lot of the shit in my garage is from Harbor Freight, dude. They've really upped their game on some of their stuff. Like honestly, like some of their toolboxes are better than the fucking Snap-on shit now. Like a tenth of the price, dude. Harbor Freight's got it going on for some of that shit. So, yeah. But now I'll go back to bikes. I'm so fucking ADD today. So I've been like working in the yard all day. I've been out in the fucking yard since like 8 o'clock this morning, fucking cutting trees down and like lemon shit, cleaning shit up. Like we have a half acre, and it's kind of like last summer my wife like tore her rotator cuff and had to have shoulder surgery, and my knee was in a way, and that was a pretty rough time. So we didn't really get a whole lot done. So it's like a lot of shit. Like we've got sheds that are like all overgrown, and we got the property boundary to my in-laws and us is really need a lot of work, and so we spent a lot of time cleaning that shit up. So, My dad just gave me his 89 dresser, but my parents are renewed. Yeah, dude. The 89 will be fun. The 89 will be fun. And you can like, yeah, honestly, dude. Yeah. Urea tools. URRE. Urea? Is that how you pronounce that, Heath? Urea? Yeah. I mean, there are some shit, dude. Like, I'm not a professional mechanic. And there are some shit over the course of my years of working either at mechanicking stuff or welding stuff or whatever. Like, I've bought, like, I've got some really good, like, a lot of my air tools are like IR. Shoulder been flaring up. Oh, dude, that sucks. That sucks. But I got a bunch of IR tools, Ingersoll Rand. Like, back when they were good. I know, like, now they kind of suck, but it's from, like, 25 years ago. When I worked in the mines, dude, I bought a bunch of Ingersoll Rand stuff, and it's great. A lot of my pneumatic stuff is that. But I don't know. Fucking. I don't know. I hope you don't need shoulder surgery, dude. That sucks. My wife was out for like almost a year with your shoulder surgery. That sucked. She was in a bad way. It was a good 3 months of like having her arm like in the thing, not being able to move it. And then it was about a year before she was really 100% again, having the full range of motion and being able to do all of her shit. And I'm bald. I've been bald for years. And I feel badly because I've got daughters and I've never been good at hair, dude. I can't fucking, my hands are junk for doing hair. My poor wife, she had her little wing on her little thing, right? She couldn't move it because, you know, for like the first 3 months, it was just fucking, well, everything all healed. And all she wanted was her hair did. And I couldn't fucking do it because I'm worthless, because I'm a shit husband and I can't do hair. Client is hard to beat, but expensive. Yeah. He said he'd rather chop it off than do a surgery. I'll tell you what. I will say this for the surgery. After my wife got it done and she came through all the shit, now because my wife originally hurt her arm right before COVID. Like, the day they kicked my kids out of school for COVID, she was supposed to go in for like her pre-surgery stuff, right? And then they, you know, everything shut down. No elective surgeries, nothing. If it wasn't like open heart fucking gonna die of surgery, they weren't gonna do it. And then so over COVID, she learned how to like do everything with her other arm, like putting dishes away. My wife couldn't like make that motion with her arm, that kind of up and out motion, because her labrium or whatever they call it in your shoulder. And so she just learned how to get around it. My wife's saying, well, you were, she's like, I'm not getting a fuck surgery. Fuck surgery. I'm not doing that shit. And then finally, it got to the point where she couldn't do anything. And they were like, if you would have done this 4 years ago, you'd have been fine. But now, since it's so fucked up and so damaged in there, they had to do so much to repair everything, that it ended up being so much more invasive and so much longer recovery time than if she would have just done it initially. You know what I mean? So you gotta be careful with that shit. But, dude, riding with a fucking bum shoulder sucks, especially if it's your right arm. But, God, going back to Coach, Spray Gunner is where I get all my shit for my airbrush. Spraygunner.com. That's what it's called. And they have a pretty good selection of shit like that. They have Harder and Steenbeck, Iwata. They have a brand called No Name. They have Badger. Badger's good too, especially for beginners. Gallery is Gaahleri. But spraygunner.com, they're out of Florida. They are one of the best, in my opinion, one-stop shops for like airbrushing stuff. If you want to do it even mildly serious, they've got all the colors. They've got so many different kinds of paints and inks to spray. they've got, I mean, they sell all kinds of shit. They sell like cleaning supplies. They sell hoses and quick connects and it really good stuff, dude. And it's like some of their paint. I mean, you can get anything from like automotive quality paint to like fucking basically tempera paint that you thin with water, dude. They have everything. And then when you're running, make sure you get like airbrush paint because the pigments are smaller. You have to thin up airbrush paint so thin to paint with. And the pigments are real small in airbrush ready paint. Something like a Mission. Well, Mission Models kind of sucks for what you're doing. I don't know. I don't know what kind of paint to use on shoes. I never painted shoes before. But I do know that you don't want to use like real cheap paint because you could fuck some shit up. You could fuck clog your airbrush too much, tip dry. It becomes a real problem. He said I'm left-handed. I had to learn how to do a little ambidextrous. Yeah. That sucks, dude. Yeah, do that. Yeah, when you get to like bone on bone, dude, when you start having a really bad problem, and it's like if you do the preventative stuff early, it makes it so much, your recovery time so much easier. It's so much easier when you don't have that big disparity. You know what I mean? So, let's see. What else we got going on? Who else is in here? I'm just ignoring everyone else. It's been like Harbor Freight and airbrushes and shoulders. Do they do a shoulder replacement? I'm sure they do, don't they? They probably do a shoulder replacement. I don't know. Imagine that'd be a not fun thing. Oh. Hold on. Oof. Storms are moving in. Anyway. Yeah. Dude, I kind of want to know Harley now. So I was looking at buying, trading the Beamer in on a new outfit, on a new car. And, yeah, fuck that. Dude, cars are, I was looking at buying a new, I want a Ford Maverick. I've wanted one for a while. And, 80% of the truck stuff that I do, I could do with that. And the other 20%, I've got my big 3/4 ton that gets 0 miles a gallon. And so I want to drive it all day, every day. But I'm sick of like throwing chicken food in the back of my shit. But I don't know. Fucking dude, I'm not paying. Those came out like 3 years ago and they were 20 grand. Now they're like fucking 35. I'm like, nah, I'm good, man. Have any opinion of Harley with recent with the turmoil they've been going through? Man, I haven't really kept up with them. I haven't really kept up. I mean, I know that a brand new Harley is way more fucking money than I'm gonna pay for one. Not with the used market the way it is, dude. You can find some really stout used bikes for. I don't know about your area. I don't know about your area, but I know in my area, and I live around Sturgis. I live in the Black Hills. And I've seen, depending on what you're looking for, I've seen like Road Kings and Ultra Classics touring bikes going for, I just saw one, it was a 2000, it was a 96 or an 88 yet. It was like a 2005 or 6 Road King Classic. Brand new tires, like 32,000 miles on it, and it was $4,500. It's hard to go look at a brand new Road King that's fucking 35,000 when you can get one for that's more reliable and less fucking dumb shit to go wrong on it for, you know what I mean, and not any more comfortable. Maybe the new one's a little faster, but I don't know, dude. It's hard to look at a brand new motorcycle with that kind of shit. I've heard about their for sales dealers. I don't know. The dealer here, Black Hills Harley Davidson in Rapid City. my local dealer. Okay. They're one of the highest volume dealers in the nation. They don't have problems, dude. People want to. People come here, buy a motorcycle, and fucking ride it around, take it home. So, I mean, it's hard. It's hard for. I haven't seen a lot of that stuff where I'm at, but I've heard some shit. But I don't know. I heard lots of shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, the Mavericks are crazy for price. Yeah, I'm not fucking buying one, dude. I went in there, looked at them, and I was kind of. I know they put a lot more options on them and shit now than when they first did. But I was looking at them, and then the fucking dealer, dude. I have a 2017 BMW X1, 94,000 miles on it. Okay, booked it out, booked it, and book for trade-in book on it is between like 8 and 12. Right. I took it into the fucking dealer to get it quoted. They quoted me $4,000 for a trade-in. Fuck you. No, dude. No. So, yeah, it is Sturgis, dude. That's right. But I mean, there's lots of used bikes here, and I don't, like I said, I know looking around, like depending on your other places, that depending on where you're at, like used bikes are pretty cheap, and they're nice. And I mean, I obviously live in the South where they get more miles, more ridden harder. If you're get your shit, like, if you live somewhere like Florida or the Gulf Coast where you get a lot more salt and shit, they get some corrosion on them, or people don't fucking garage them and they're all fucked up. Like, I have an O2, and if I didn't tell you it was an O2, you'd probably think it was an 06 or an 07. Mine's in really good shape. You can tell because mine has the narrow tire, so I can't play off it's the 08 or nowhere. But if you don't know the difference, mine's clean, chrome's good. I got like 45,000 miles on it. Ride the shit out of it when I can, but that's the thing. I only have a 3-month window to ride mine. Where, if you live somewhere, California, ride all year. So, Hawaii, yeah. What's up, Raymond? What's going on, man? So, yeah, I don't know. But as far as new Harleys go, dude, I don't say, I don't. They were saying, like, if I went, actually, you know what, honestly? I'm not sure I would take a brand new one. I don't like the way the brand new ones look. And they sound weird. The motors sound weird. I think around 2013 to 16 they kind of peaked, and after like 16 they started getting really weird, and I don't like them. But man, that's just me being old. I don't know. So fucking people. So I don't know how you guys feel about music, and like old music. Like, but Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys just passed away today. I don't know if you guys saw that. Let me see if I can pull that up. He passed away a couple hours ago, or just came out a couple hours ago. My Facebook's being stupid. I'll pull up on my phone then. Fuck it. There we go. Yeah, I saw Brian Wilson fucking passed away. He was. I love my 21 Road Glide. See, and they're just kind of fucking. Dude, they just look weird. I'm not a fan of like that. I'm not a fan of the fairing on them. I like the Road Glides, like that, like the original style Road Glide. I love those, dude. And I think around if I could find like a 2013-ish, I would love it with the new style saddlebags. But I know this new saddlebags fit on the old bikes, but like a 13 like that with like the 103, the 6-speed, and I want the newer bags on it would be the only thing I'd want on it. But I mean, I like that the more aerodynamic looking fairing. I think we're cool looking. I'm not a fan of the new ones, but later. Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys died at 82. He died today, and that's, I mean, everyone knows the Beach Boys, right? But he fucking, dude, he was and then his daughters, Wilson Phillips, another band. She's kind of fat, but whatever. It said he died on Wednesday, but he's been under court conservatorship to oversee his personal and medical affairs. He's been sick for a while, so. And then Sly Stone died too, from Sly and the Family Stone. He died on like Monday. So a lot of them old dudes, but they're all in their fucking 80s, man. And then I think that's kind of, it's a little bit before my time. Yeah, Jagger still, Mick Jagger's still going fucking strong. That's right, Patrick. Him and Keith Richards are just fucking dude. But I mean, you look at Sly Stone. Yeah, that's right. And it blows my mind. Like he just blinked, dude. You know what I mean? You just blink, and all of a sudden they're gone. You know what I mean? Like my mom's a big Beach Boys fan. And I remember a couple of years ago they came to like Rapid City. We went and saw them. I bought my mom tickets, and it didn't look that bad then. I was like, it was probably 20 years ago now, I guess. But yeah, I guess from 62 to 82 is a big drop, but that sucks. Yeah, and Sly Stone was fucking. Dude, Sly and the Family Stone, when I was a kid, man, I really liked funk for a long time. I still do. I've been listening. I just put on his shit the other day. When I found out he passed away, it came up on like fucking YouTube or something for me, and so I listened to like the whole fucking 52-minute fucking Woodstock when they played at Woodstock back in the real Woodstock '69, and how like when you go down that rabbit hole. I don't know if you've ever watched something on like YouTube, and then you start going at like YouTube puts you down that rabbit hole. Like you don't go down it yourself. Like, if you just, put in Sly and the Family Stone, right, and something like Higher pops up, right? You listen to that, and then it's like Everyday People comes on. You're like, this is cool. And then like next thing you know, you're like watching them on Ed Sullivan and shit. Like, and next thing, and then all of a sudden, like your whole fucking your whole feed, everything and all your social media shit is all Sly and the Family Stone or some funk. I'm like, I like funk, but I don't need fucking George Clinton to pop up on my shit. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, Sly Stone was fucking. They were the shit, dude, and they were kind of visionaries for the beginnings of the funk. What's up, Holly? How are you? And so, like, I don't know, but they always kept that. It was kind of like that hippie funk. You know what I mean? And I think that was I don't know. I liked it. I still do. And it's a shame when guys like that pass away, but he was like 84 years old or some shit. Like fucking, of course he's gonna die. You get in your 80s, you're gonna go crazy and die, right? It's kind of what people do. So, fuck it. But yeah, I don't know. I wonder who's next. This will come in threes. How I said, just popping in, chasing a black bear down the creek. If you don't hear back, the black bear won. What are you chasing a bear for, dude? Holly, I know you're a badass, but don't go chasing bears, dude. They're like waterfalls. You don't want one. I'm just kidding. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Anyway, but yeah, dude, don't go fucking. Stay strapped. See Holly on Facebook. She's gonna be back next week with like a fucking giant ass bear, like a new bear rug and shit. Yeah, pictures. Fuck yeah. If you catch a bear, you bear something with pictures. Yeah. Be careful though. They don't fuck around. But if you want to, I didn't know this. So my brother's going bear hunting. I've never been bear hunting. I've never. The critters like me. You're gonna go out there like fucking. Was it Snow White? She fucking holds her arms up, and all like the fucking birds are gonna land on you. The bears are gonna come nuzzle up on you and give you a ride home and shit. Or it's gonna be like, "Can I pet that dog?" Holly's on their dick. Can I pet that dog? Or hit 2 and 3 hours. That a girl. No, but. Like, so they like have these like that's not necessarily a trap, but they like bait them with like donuts and shit. Yeah, can I pet that dog? There's a place up here called Bear Country, and it's actually one of my wife's favorite places to go. It's and you can like the people are super cool, and they have like it's not just bears; they have like elk in there, and and some wolves and some other shit. And then like in the springtime, you can go and they have the little bear cubs, and they have black bears and grizzly bears and all kinds of shit, and you can go out and pet them and shit. Yeah, they're pretty cool. Bears are cool. I just don't want to chase one because they're also can be mean. Yeah, here's got some, and there's reptile gardens here too. You can go and then like pet alligators and fucking shit like that. Pet that dog. That little girl was so cute. I feel like this is what one of my kids would do. I had a cough button. Forgot I had one. Anyway, but hey, Holly, I'm not going to be here next week. Just letting you know. So, yeah, someone just texted me. One of my friends just texted me. You're awful sunburnt. I know I'm sunburnt. I'm sorry. I'm at Gatlinburg. It's so peaceful, man. Pure bliss. They can only see like 30 feet in front of them. Nice. Heath rescued a baby possum from work last week. Dude, wait, don't they like, aren't possums like marsupials and like live in their pouch and shit? I might not either. Oh, don't let the bear get you though, Holly. No, I got a wedding next week, so I'm not gonna be here. My wife's son is getting married, so we're gonna hang out and do all that shit. So, I've got this thing, and I went to the VA for it. I like cough up shit all the time, like all day long, dude. It's been like for like months now. It's been going on for quite a while, a couple of years now, actually. And because I quit smoking like 5-6 years ago now, and I was very young and fell in a garbage can. Oh no! Thanks, I'm gonna try to enjoy the wedding. Yeah, it'd be fun. But I started and then and they're like, oh, it's because you smoke. And then I quit smoking, and they're like, oh, it's because you just quit smoking. All right, tight. And then I quit smoking, and then so like I went to my VA appointment a couple weeks ago, my like yearly or whatever. And they're like, I'm so coughing up this stuff. They're like, you need to get a chest X-ray. They're like, oh, you have like chronic bronchitis or whatever. Like tight. So my alveoli or whatever are collapsing or some shit. I don't fucking know what he said, but it was a bunch of weird noise. And then of course, because it's the VA, my primary care physician is gone. Has anybody? I have a question for the collective, for the hive mind. Has anybody had a primary care doctor at the VA for more than 2 years? I haven't. I've only been able to see my primary care doctor 2 years in a row. At most. Oftentimes, it's only once. I'm gone. So is that just my experience? I know I preface every time I talk about the VA, I preface with this point. Everyone's experience is different. Every VA is different. Every district is different. But I don't know. Patrick says he's had the same one since 2015. So that's tight. I wish I could have that. The Vicks Sinus Severe Nasal Spray. Huh. Now, the nurses for that PCM is a different story. It's a new one every time. Yeah. See, mine's different. I have the same, like, 2 nurses, but a different primary care. What they've done at my VA is they have a primary care team. And it's like 3 doctors and whatever, probably 12 nurses. And a pharmacist and stuff that's all connected. I've had the same pharmacist for several years, but this primary care doc they assign me is never the same person. I do, but she works in another state than the one that I live in. See, and I did that to me for a while. They did was 2-3 years ago. I did where they like put the thing on you and like the gal like listens to your heart and chest and breathing and shit like through the thing. Yeah, they did that to me once. And I was like, I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. But it's whatever. It's kind of fucking whatever. I got a bill from the VA too. They for my chest X-ray thing, or they did a chest X-ray and a CT scan. Okay, and then they sent me a fucking bill, dude. I was like, I'm like 90%, dude, and this you don't fucking bill me. Fuck you. Fuck up, I'm not paying a fucking bill. I need to send it in. Be like, fuck you. 90%. Anyway. But yeah, dude. So maybe it is just my VA. And I know I'm rural. I know I live in the middle of nowhere. Right? And that maybe has something to do with it. Maybe if I was in a more urban area, it'd be easier to keep the same doc. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look. But yeah, maybe someday I'll get the same one. Maybe someday I'll get the same doctor. Oh. But fuck it. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of the distance learning thing or whatever they did. That wasn't my favorite. Yeah, I don't know. Fuck it. Let me check my cut sheet. I don't know if we got any guests coming up. I'm gonna check it. Boom, 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 boom. Why don't I not do this before my shows? I'm horrible at this job. Let's see, 6/17. That's next week. Pop Culture Warrior has Scott Adkins on next week. Scott Adkins is, what was IMDb? Because I don't want to be wrong. Scott Adkins he's English. Ooh, I love English people. Let's see, what was he in? He's a very handsome man. He's an actor. He was in John Wick. Ooh. I wonder what he did in John Wick. He is just a killer. He was a killer in John Wick. Nice. Dead Reckoning. He was in Castle Falls. Cool. That's awesome. So he's an actor and screenwriter and stuff. That's gonna be cool. He's gonna be on Pop Culture Warrior on a week. So that'll be fun. Let's see. But I think I'm gonna wrap things up. I'm in a way today. I don't feel great. My sinuses are going crazy, and I'm just tired. It's been a long fucking couple days up here. So, and we're getting a pretty bad storm now, and we've lost power a couple times these last big storms. So I want to get this wrapped up before this power again. So, what I want to do is I'm gonna leave you guys on Sly and the Family Stone tonight. I think that's kind of fitting. There are some comments earlier, and I chose to ignore them about the riots. I don't talk about them. I think that we need to come together in this country. You know what I mean? I'm sick of everyone fighting over nothing. It's whatever. Got any plans for 250th birthday? I don't. I know there's going to be some of the WTF Nation, some of our we're going to have people who are, I don't know if we know anybody in the parade itself, but we are going to have some people in the viewing area. We've got some press passes and stuff. I think CQ is going to be there. And ICE might be going too, I think. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on exactly who's going, but I know at least CQ is going. And we got some other people in the DC area. I think they're going to try to be there. I'm not going to be there. I'm super far away. It's way far away from me. I feel, I don't know. I said, I don't hate Trump. I don't love Trump. I'm kind of neutral on Trump. I think some stuff is good. Some stuff he does is bad. I don't hate the idea of a parade for the 250th birthday of the military or of the army. I don't. That's me. I think it's fine. That's not a political thing to me. That's me. But yeah. I'm if it's going to be on TV or something, I'll probably watch it. But yeah, I wish I do kind of wish I could be there for it. Also, though, kind of glad I'm not marching in it. I probably found a way to get a speaker truck in the parade. If anybody could, it would be him. And here's the thing. This is me, dude. I remember when I was a little kid going to like air shows and shit and seeing the Blue Angels and seeing fucking just all the fucking C7 and C5s back when those would go to air shows and like the hell that is a big reason that I went in the military. Not even gonna bullshit, dude. The first time I remember it like it was fucking, I was a tot, dude. I was probably like 10, 11, 12. I bet I was 12, and it was right after Desert Storm, and all those guys came back, and they had the parades and shit after Desert Storm, right? And they had a big air show at my little fucking podunk Ottumwa Regional Airport. They had a fucking air show, right? And they had a C7, or it had a C-130 and a C-5 there, and they had an F-18, and then they had a couple helicopters, and then they had some F-16s and an A-10. And I fucking had I had the cards, the playing cards that they sold during Desert Storm, right? I'm like, oh my God, I got this, I got that. And I would like go up, and I had the fucking dudes, the fucking ground crew and shit, like sign these little players cards. Fucking, they look like baseball cards, but it'd be like for an Abrams tank or for a fucking jet, right? And and that's, dude, I was infatuated. I thought it was cool. I thought watching that shit on TV and watching like all that, the highway of death with the fucking agent fucking blowing shit up, dude, that was cool to me. And that is a giant reason why I joined the Marine Corps first, and I joined the Air Wing, because I wanted to work on helicopters and jets. I thought that was the coolest shit in the fucking world. I didn't want to fly them. I can't with my glasses, right? I've always been fucked up. I know I couldn't fly, but I thought it would just be cool to like fucking work on them. It sucks. It sucks balls working on F-18s and fucking CH-46s. Wow, that was cool, man. And I'm not saying like we need a recruiting tool. I'm not saying that. But like there is something really cool and really like something really like awe-inspiring the first time you fucking see a tank roll by. You know what I mean? Now they're putting strikers, dude. Fucking striker. I'm just kidding. Fucking Calf Scouts. But no, but like, you know, some of that stuff is cool, and I don't hate the idea of, for our 250th birthday, of having a parade. I don't hate it. So it's whatever. Pray to God the soldiers marching hydrate. Me too. I'm really glad. I'm really glad I marched, and I ain't gonna bullshit, dude. I am not gonna bullshit. As much as I hated like change of command ceremonies and fucking all that bullshit, like I'm so glad. I'm not trying to fucking march in no parade like that. Nope. I tell you what, as a Marine, dude, when you go to if anybody who's been to Marine Corps boot camp will like they make it feel like you are going to march in all these parades, all the fuck. And I've marched in parades, dude. I did a 4th of July parade when I was in Fort Worth. Marched in it. What else did we do? Oh, I volunteered for the Young Marines on NAS Fort Worth, and I was like a drill instructor for them, and I helped do that. That was cool. It was cool. And I don't hate marching. I don't hate close order drill. But the way the Marine Corps is, when you go to Marine Corps boot camp, and you're on those fucking parade fields for hours and hours, and they act like that's all you're gonna fucking do with the Marine Corps is fucking march. So that's cool. Pirate City's got a pack of those. They're fucking cool, man. I wonder if they're worth any money. I have a fuck ton of them at home. But yeah, that was the coolest shit in the world to me, was seeing that shit when I was a kid. And so that's why and then people are like, oh, it depends on the money. How much does fucking Blue Angels cost? How much does that, you know what I mean? Like, is it kind of dumb? I could see that. Is it kind of waste of money? Kind of. But is it? I don't know. Fuck it. Anyway, back to the story. We are going to have a guest next week in Pop Culture Warrior. Me, Radar, I'm calling it a night, because I want to get out of here before this fucking storm hits me hard. Okay? So you've been listening to me, Radar, right here in the smoke pit. I'm going to go fucking get some storming, get some fucking sinuses going, see if I can feel better. Tomorrow, He said, I'm low-key annoyed about the parade. They shipped up vehicles from Hood while also killing barracks maintenance program. Yeah, no, I agree. I see in this, and I hope that... God damn, we're going to get into this, and I'm going to get fucking shut down. My fuck power's going to go out in the middle of this shit, probably. Fuck it. Okay. I don't know how they are allocating funds for any of this, okay? I don't know. Because I agree with you, Keith, that there are... If the military only had $100 million, right? And they were like, parade or fix the barracks. Pick one. All day long, fix the barracks. All fucking day long, fix the barracks. Fix the chow hall, fix the barracks. DFACs fucking suck. Fucking barracks fucking suck. And they have... That is one of the main reasons U.S. Army WTF moments is a fucking thing and has been for almost 2 decades. Because the barracks have fucking sucked. For millennia, dude. I'm pretty sure fucking Washington's dudes were like, these fucking... Valley Forge like, these fucking barracks suck, dude. And it's fucking mold in this tent and shit. Right? Let's be honest, dude. The fucking... For 250 years, the U.S. Army's had shit fucking barracks. It's tradition. Why change now? I'm just kidding. But some of the big problems that we have with our barracks are because they're privatized. A lot of them are privatized. And that is the big problem. You have a company, a for-profit company, who is in charge of maintaining the barracks. And there's a lot of fraud, waste, and abuse in there. That's the kind of shit that fucking Doge should have fucking looked at. And see, this is what the idea, to me, the idea of a Doge, right? Anybody who has worked for the government in incapacity knows that there's a lot of inefficiencies in the government. I'm not trying to say there's not, okay? And if you have a department that focuses solely on fraud, waste, and abuse and efficiency, I'm all about that. But to me, you don't make those kind of cuts with a chainsaw. You make them with a scalpel. And that's where Radar, was upset at that program. And we're going to cut all the national forests. We're going to cut USAID. And we're going to cut fucking all these things. No. Because there's ripple effects that through our economy. USAID not only provides food and medicine for third world countries, who, by the way, are not all bad, right? Helping people is not always a bad thing, but secondly, what that did, that was essentially a farm subsidy, okay? USAID bought all the extra corn and soybeans and rice and wheat that our farmers produce. So that was a way to subsidize our farmers and distribute that extra food. We as a country have, as for the last 200 years almost, have produced more food than we consume. And we export it. And we were using that, one, to maintain close political ties with those people and those foreign governments by giving them free or cheap food. Okay? And secondly, we're subsidizing our farmers. So what happens? Cut it. Done. Now our farmers have fucking crops rotting. Right? And these fucking people are hungry. And no real savings. Right? But go into fucking barracks. Take out those private fucking people that are running those buildings and either renegotiate the contracts or, yeah, and USAID kept soldiers out of other countries too. Absolutely. It did. Yeah. But that's the waste and abuse, right? These companies saying, oh yeah, we fixed some fucking barracks, and they don't fucking fix shit. And they're getting paid fucking billions of dollars to fix the barracks. And they ain't fucking fixing nothing, taking the fucking money and running. That's fraud, waste, and abuse. But we didn't go in with the fucking scalpel. We went with the fucking chainsaw. And we just cut the fucking low-hanging fruit. Yeah, now there's tons of food on people dying. Yeah. And that's what we need. The idea is sound. The execution was poor. And I think that, like I said, I'm not like a fucking bleeding heart fucking, oh goddamn, I'm not like that. I think I'm like most people, I'm in the middle. I think that some of the ideas that the right have are not horrible ideas, and I think some of the ideas that the left have are not horrible ideas. But I think that the execution on both sides, right now the Republicans are in power, the right's in power. So I'm going to pick on them because their chance to do these things right, they're not doing. But for the last 4 years, the left was in charge, and the stuff that they didn't do right either. And I think to blindly follow one side or another is disingenuous. And that those politicians and the people that run those movements need held accountable, either by the courts or by the voters or both. And so we as a country have a certain expectation for how we want our lives to progress. That's the other thing too. People will attack Donald Trump on the right. People will attack, I don't even know who's in fuck charge of the Democrats anymore, but we'll just go with Joe Biden and the left. Both sides. Anybody who is passionate enough to even say words about it wants what's best for what they think is best for the country. Whether it be a crackdown on immigration or more immigration, a legalized pathway to citizenship, whatever it is. And that's just the immigration company. There's you name it. There's whether it be people that want to ban guns, people that want everyone to have a fucking gun. There's people who think we should issue fucking guns. We should not ban machine guns. And I'm not against that either. I like guns, but or marijuana or abortion or you pick the fucking hot button topic. There's people on both sides of the aisle who think that is good and or bad, right? And they have that opinion and they want to share that opinion because they think that is going to lead into their best vision of America. Okay? I don't think I can fault anybody for trying to make things better. But just because your vision doesn't match their vision doesn't mean either one of you are right or wrong. But what we've done instead is we have relinquished our power as people and given it to rich people. We've given it to the ultra powerful and the ultra rich on both sides. There's a billionaire class on both ends that are funding the left and the right. Sorry. And that's where I'm going to leave it. And I think that's a good segue into our closing. So, you've been listening to me, Radar, right here on WTF Nation Radio, the voice of U.S. Army WTF moments. Now, tomorrow, you've got Sergeant's Time with Ice, Spanky, all things sergeanting. They'll be talking about big Army, reserves, National Guard, all that kind of shit. Retirees, they can hang out, shoot the shit. Now, Friday and Saturday is FTX, doing some video games, fuck handles, good side. Sunday night, King Smith and Coach in the sports book, or sports bar, not sports book. They're not betting. I'm in the sports book on Sunday. That's when I go to work. Anyway, talk about sportings. Oh, I think the NBA Finals will be done by then. Maybe. I tell you what, the Pistons surprised me the first game, but then the Thunder came back and thumped them the other night. Thumped the shit out of them. 1-1 series right now. I don't know how the games go tonight. I'm watching it. Monday night, Monday edition, aptly named. Oh, no FTX this week. Dude, what's going on in the Pacers game, dude? Are they getting thumped? Oh, it started an hour ago. I'm really curious if they're getting fucking thumped or not. I think OKC's got it, man. I don't know. Anyway, Monday night's Monday edition. Tuesday night's Pop Culture Warrior. They have a guest. Talked about it a little bit ago. And then after that, me. Actually, not next week. No, me next week. But I'm gonna leave you guys. I'm gonna get yelled at, but I'm playing Sly on the Family Stone to get us out. So, thank you guys so very much for hanging out tonight. I wish you guys all the best. I will see you in 2 weeks. Okay. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. Shots.